Hi.
Hello.
I've had 5 hours of sleep this weekend. I'm so glad. Oh no, it's not. I'm the con chair, and all of this is my problem.
Yeah, we're taking notes on the con on how it all went, but not really. Like, keep it all yourself.
Not really.
No.
Generally, we do think big.
Yeah. So thank y'all for staying to the end. We really appreciate that. Richard and I, this is our first time actually owning a con. We put a decent amount of money into it just to give it some more oomph. Don't want to be borrowing so much stuff anymore. We want to kind of get our own stuff for Ushi. So feedback time. We want to know how y'all felt about the con.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we've introduced each other throughout the whole weekend. I think does everybody know who we are? Oh,
Did you know who I am?
all right. Introductions. Hello. I'm one of the Ricks from Rick and Rick Otaku Cafe. We are new owners of Ushicon.
I'm the other Rick. Hi.
Down the way.
Greg already introduced himself. You know, there's supposed to be structure to this or something. I'm the con chair. Hi everyone. I took over this event and I helped with the birthday party. This is my first event. What?
Sucker.
Thanks.
Good job.
I'm Jimmy. I am the events director, so I do run all the panelists and everything.
Hello. Oh my gosh. I am better. I am better than I was on Friday, ironically. But yes, I'm Katie. I do Artist Alley. And I'm Lauren. I do Tabletop. I play all the board games.
Not in the registration yet. Brandy's registration.
Thank you.
Those are all the people you can thank or blame. You know, whatever. However you feel about them.
Valid.
So,
Who did our video programming this year? Was it still like
It was committee this year.
committee this year?
Let's just say that.
All right.
Let's play with sick. Play with didn't sick.
Play.
Yeah. So this is also your chance to give us your thoughts. You know, we always like kudos. It makes us feel good, but we also appreciate any criticism you might have. Like, we would always love to hear. Here's how things can be better, because that's the goal long term, is to have an event that everybody enjoys coming to and is happy to be. We want you to be happy to be part of our community, and so if you have any thoughts or ideas about how to make that happen, because especially if nothing else, one of our best advocates are all of you. If you enjoy coming to the event and tell your friends, hey,
Tell everyone.
you should come too, that's really what we want. We really don't want it to be something that if one of your friends is like, hey, you were at Ushicon this weekend, how was it? You know, I mean, if you ever feel about that way about anything, let us know what it is, and if we can do something about it, then yeah.
I have been trying to be everywhere all at the same time as much as possible, and there's plenty of stuff I probably miss. I've only ever ran one-day events. They ran for, what, 20 hours, 16 hours? It was called MizumiCon. If anybody ever heard that, I was staff for that convention. I have some experience. This is my first 3-day event. So this was like a new deck of cards. I don't know. But I already knew how to play the game, but they added an expansion. I don't know. But we'd love to hear the feedback from y'all.
I loved it.
Yay!
Yay!
And thank you all for coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good night.
So, I thought this con was incredibly charming. I loved not almost every single day. I did love every single day. And the charm of it is how much work you guys were putting into keeping an eye on stuff. So, like, for example, every panel I went to, I mean, going to something, I don't want to, like, put cons on blast, but at IkiCon,
But I'm going to.
But I'm good. Bye.
if something comes up, a panel comes up, and no one's checking in with the panelists, no one's making sure they know what they have, you know, that they project or whatever, you guys were on top of it. So So I think, again, yes, totally.
Absolutely.
An area of opportunity is probably space, like, just, more room with more panels. So I think probably in the future, like, big, obviously the concept is to grow and stuff like that, but all big, small, in that intimate way that you guys did it this time, because that's what makes this con. This con is probably my favorite con I've been to in like 5 years.
Yay! What y'all think about the hotel? Good, bad, anything? New hotel, like the older hotel better? This is like really good discussion. If everyone can have, besides this hotel, everything in general.
Yes.
Facilities were great. I loved them. Staff was awesome. I don't know if this is a hotel thing or a con thing, but I would have really loved to see some hand sanitizer in the arcade.
Okay, so that's basically, that could be either. That's not something that's going to be supplied for free by the hotel. We could make that happen. That's good feedback.
We do it in our arcade. We should have brought some.
I had a lot of fun with the games that were brought in, though. There's some really cool stuff that was brought in.
Yes, sir.
For a little video, it exceeded my expectations. For the still feel that Ushicon come back home to Austin because Ushicon was Austin's first annual.
That is true. So that's one of the reasons also that we really do want feedback. If you have any, like, I love the amount of space, I hated the prices, or I like the staff, I hate the staff, breakfast, whatever. Any feedback at all about this facility we want to know, because part of the reason, part of the reason that we're not in Austin this year is it has, like, as the years have progressed, it's gotten expensive. But I mean, basically any facility has pros and cons, and so any other pieces of information that we can compare to say, like, maybe this place is about the same price, maybe it's more expensive, maybe it's cheaper, but we'll then also weigh, like, how do you feel about the facility? Like, maybe this was a little more expensive, but people like it a lot more versus other things. This is more convenient or whatever. So yeah, any feedback you can give on space is good. Yeah.
First, I'm gonna give a shout out to the tabletop people. Thank you for not kicking us out like at 11, because I was like knee deep in a game of Uno, kicking people's asses. Even though she knows.
Draw 20 or finish.
But the criticism that I have is not necessarily about the con itself. I would like for you all to have a better social media presence.
Okay.
Very fair.
Yeah, because what?
Are you signing up to be the social media presence?
She doesn't like doing it. I'm like, did you post? No. Why? Because I'm busy. No, you're not.
Because, I want to share this with friends, but if the friends see like the social media is practically like dead, it's not a good look.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Social medias?
Which ones are? Yeah,
Which
there are many of them.
I don't know. That's a good question, and I have an answer for that. Update the website.
That is number one priority. Right after the con. We didn't want to break it right before the con.
Okay, the website, I just really didn't want to ruin it right before the con. It works, and if it's not broken, don't fix it, but I've been wanting to get rid of it entirely.
Because I do say, like, I used to be a web designer / web manager. I did websites for like universities, and so
yeah,
the job is open.
reach out on Discord if you will volunteer to do something like that. That is definitely something, like, we did actually talk about that like a week or two ago, but yeah, that's something that we need over. It really was. We just didn't want to break it right before the con. That honestly is why the website did not change in this bit right now.
But yeah, just that's really my only main criticism. Is just increase the social media presence, because like it's not like I want more people here.
I mean, we do.
I mean, I know y'all do. I just like the laid back almost small nature of this con. I don't want to like ruin it, but at the same time, you don't want to catch that bag.
No, there's a certain level that we've found historically that we can get at, that we can meet the needs of the event, but also maintain the atmosphere that we've been trying to do. So, yeah, we have a ways to go that we could still do that. So yeah, we definitely do want to see more people as well. But yeah, not to an insane degree, because the vibe is very important.
Yes.
So.
I think the vibe is very crucial to the, whatever you call the success of the con, because that's one of the main reasons I'm here.
Okay.
Is because the vibe is so casual.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna stop blabbing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll reach out to y'all.
Okay, hold on to that. Yeah, I'm gonna go way back.
Run, Ricky, run!
Yeah.
I gotta say, I appreciated the lack of stairs in the venue between rooms.
Oh, between function rooms. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hey, 3-year volunteer here, Patches. I've been talking to Sabrina a good bit. First of all, let me just say, Sabrina, thank you. It's been a great con. Great con overall. I think we just get clapped for that to show how much we appreciate. My biggest thing would be how some of, and I know it's because we're working with a new space, but some of the stuff kind of got mixed up with like how some of the merch tables were placed. Registration was kind of in the middle of a lot of stuff where usually it's the entrance, but we don't have a clear one. So maybe in the future, if we did something to have like registration at the beginning of the hallway possibly to keep certain people from coming in by accident.
Terrorists.
We can't stop people from walking through because it in the hallway, because that's open space of the convention center. That is public space. So basically, there was a conference going on in the very back corner.
It was not us.
And it was not us. And they have to be allowed to walk through to get to their event. Just like we walk through other people's events to get to our space. So that is unfortunate at this specific venue.
But it could be easier to, if registration was the first part you got to.
Exactly.
It'd be easier to also.
What I meant, I know they can't literally stop them. I meant like people come, they're like, what's this? Yeah. They walk to registration because that's where you go for info. If you had registration at the front, they could just be like, oh, this is a con, this is my thing.
I get what you're saying, and we should talk about this. Reach out to us on Discord, because I know you're on the Discord. Reach out to us there, just because I don't want to get bogged down in logistics right now. And there's a lot of stuff that we can get into the precise things for that. But thank you for the feedback.
John.
Hi everybody, you know who I am. I've been discussing people around the con. I know a few of you took a significant financial risk to get this con restarted, and I thank you all, Rick, Sabrina. It's been discussed, how about a GoFundMe? Because I know a lot of us people have been, new people and us veterans love Ushicon and would like to take some of that burden off of you so it's not a risk of it not being another Ushicon, I know this con is like a cat, it has 7 lives, but I think there's a lot of people who would be able to help fund a GoFundMe, and you say, hey, we need this amount for the base expenses, Rick, Sabrina, you can still add, your business side and the business, money thing, but if you reached out to us, the community, I know lots of people would be able to support the con just more than a $50 registration. If you said, hey, here's a GoFundMe, and maybe have tiers, like you win an exclusive Ushicon prize if you don't know X amount, like some GoFundMe do, but I think it might help take the financial burden and help the stability of the con, so you guys aren't risking losing your shows and not having another Ushicon because it was a bad weather. Let's say it was an ice storm, for example. It's happened before, You guys would have been really, up the creek this year. So just something to think about.
Appreciate it. It's actually really flattering to even think about that. Luckily, we're in a place where we can keep it going. It's not in fear that it's going to stop. And if we're ever in that spot, it might be a good idea to go that route. But we're safe right now. like we're happy and safe that we can keep it going for another year at least.
I want.
The reality is that we don't want any of you to be in that position, and we don't want like a large. I don't want to speak for the Ricks as the new manager, but like the reason Ushi prior to this point never had a VIP membership is because we don't want anyone to be like, I'm better than everybody else. Because I have more money. I mean, and that's the reality. And I mean, this con happens because we love it. I really do appreciate the thought, and I do want anybody that wants to help us out. If you bought a mug, that's great. Richard printed a lot of shirts. If you want to get a shirt, that's great. I love producing merch, so the figures are there for that. Any of the crazy things that I come up with, I love seeing, people get excited about. But yeah, we really don't necessarily want to do that. If it ever got to a point again where it's like, Ushi's gonna go away because nobody is going to commit to it in that way, then reach out to us, kind of like Sabrina did in terms of taking over as a chair. But for the moment, financially, that is not our problem. And honestly, if we have the amount of people that is a good fit for whatever facility we've chosen, like we could definitely fit some more people in here and give it a better feel. That's actually the better result, in our opinion, rather than just, yeah, we have the money to do it, essentially. But like they were saying, we really do appreciate the thought. We really, really do appreciate any of our members that are like, I feel this devotion and dedication to seeing it succeed, but that's not really like, we don't want to put that burden on y'all, is basically what it comes down to. So, but thank you though.
Yeah, so, okay. So one thing is this is good for, there's a lot of this from San Antonio, so this is good for us to get over here and maybe even day trip. And the
Austin versus San Antonio.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty decent sized site. I mean, I actually always wanted to have Ushicon be here at least once, just to have them be here. Yeah, we had 3 things going on in the site, so it's got lots of potential. But yeah, it's right between San Antonio and Austin. So there's that.
Thank you. I don't know what else to say to that, but thank you.
We had 1 vote for Austin, we got to vote for here. That's good.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. Yeah. Uchicon's back. Yay. So I got a bit of a statement and a question more than anything else. I guess for my first statement is thank y'all for bringing Ushicon back. You, your team, you guys do a wonderful job. This is one of my most favorite cons. My friends and I like going to. Yeah. And I did want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for bringing it back for sure. So my question more of like is kind of in regards to like the hotel situation. I don't know if this was just more of like our part not getting onto the booking as quick as we needed to. But so we had an issue trying to get like our hotel here. We tried to get on the, I don't know how many rooms y'all reserved for the con itself, but we're usually pretty good about getting on there and trying to get like on the hotel list to reserve and stuff, and we missed, I don't know, it's just because we missed it, but apparently according to the hotel, they were all booked. Anything that we could do in this room was booked as far as the discounted price went, and then anything that succeeded after that one was just astronomically more expensive. I don't know the number exactly at the top of my head. But are y'all planning on doing any more rooms for maybe for overflow or?
Yes, this was our first year here, and other events that have annually been here in the past got the rooms before I did. I got skipped over on my own room that I was supposed to have Thursday night, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you don't have that yet." And I'm like, "Excuse me." So I'm really sorry that the room block was so small this year. I'm pushing for a bigger room block next time for sure. The biggest problem is that since the other venues other events is taking up some of the venue, they are allotted X amount of spaces. Those are allotted X amount of spaces. We had 3-4 different events at the same time, and each event gets hotel space. It was very unfortunate how it worked out this time.
Okay, well I appreciate that. As long as we get that addressed next year, we'll be definitely coming back. Otherwise, we'll just sleep in the car.
You can always volunteer.
I've actually got to say, the advertisement in San Japan worked. Keep up the advertising.
Oh yeah.
Because that's why I'm here, at least.
It's good to know where
There you go.
where
We
you
got
heard about
one.
us. It's good to know where you heard about us.
All right, well, I just wanted to say thanks, guys. It was a really fun event. I really did like some of the panelists you had here, so getting to listen to a molecular biologist talk about bad sci-fi was really good. You know, talking to some other writers was good as well. So keeping up that kind of thing is great. I think the arcade was awesome. You know, having the arcade in between events that you wanted to go see helped, you know, keep the downtime to a minimal. I would have liked to seen maybe a second video room. I know that cost money, but you know, when you do 2 hours back-to-back Magical Girls, I might want to kind of go watch something else. The other thing too is like, as much as, and I totally sat there and watched 2 episodes of Rurouni Kenshin, I would rather be discovering new things than settling in my comfort zone.
I wasn't a part of picking the Pacific, what played, but another video room can happen. I just didn't feel that there was enough interest, so it's really good to hear feedback saying, yes, this is what we want, because I don't know what every single individual wants, and if we could do some kind of majority, yes, we need X. Thank you so much for that sort of feedback. I don't know.
That's good.
So, hey, jumping back into the hotel thing again, I will say, like, this space here, it is nice because within a mile there's 2 other hotels. We ended up getting another hotel, and we didn't have to, like, get on the highway and cross. And there's, like, good Target, Michael's, and yeah, there's a lot of great places. I will make this suggestion because we ran into a slight hiccup at our hotel where Texas State was having a potential students weekend, and so that might have also helped drive up all the prices of the hotels and like booked everything up really quickly. If there's a way, I don't know how you guys pick the schedule for like which weekend this is going to be.
So as was also kind of learned with Austin, a lot of that is just luck more than anything, because in order to get spaces we need, you have to book a fair ways out. And with the universities, you're not necessarily going to know their sports schedules or certain other things until it would be too late for us to get those facilities. So, yeah.
True. Yeah, and I mean, I feel there's probably a few of us that work at universities around here, and we can always, like, if you ever want to reach out for schedules, and we can find.
Oh, I mean, that's definitely appreciated.
The other thing too is a manga library. I think would be a great addition, and that a lot of people really enjoy that. The guy over here was saying library. So, but other than that, no, it was really great, and I really do enjoy this space because it is fairly relaxed in this area. There's not a lot of traffic. There's good little shopping places, good little places to eat, and we're not too far from the con and easy to get back in. I think the other thing too is I did notice, and it has like to do with the public space area, there were like a few kids walking around that maybe like we needed to like, hey, this is an 18+ con, just if you're with your parents, don't look in the video rooms. Because I wouldn't want like parents with their kids like, oh, what's this, peeking in, and they see, you know, a random stray booby, and, you know, raise a big stink about that.
Right.
So.
Oh, jumping on the video room idea, I had a good thought that maybe next year you have one, if you have 2 video rooms, have one be the new stuff. I noticed the video room was mostly new stuff this year, but like this year's theme was Azumanga Daioh. We could have had Azumanga Daioh, maybe
I'm sorry, can I please interrupt you?
Yes.
We tried to get those rights so we could legally show them. They did not get back to us.
Yeah, they were actually denied on that one. So they couldn't play it
we can only play what we can get the rights to, and you said it's all newer, and I'd like to say that's untrue as well. There's 10-year-old anime, there's 20-year-old anime, and if you looked in the guidebook, there was a little 20 mark or a little 10 mark.
We were
to tell you how old the anime was.
That was to tell you how old the anime was.
This is the first time anybody has ever noted a feature of the guide that I did not know. Because yeah, I remember someone on our Discord saying, "What is the 20, the 10 and the 20?" And Keegan and I were both like, "I don't know."
Oh, now we know. Thanks for the heads up, you know. Seems like every time I pop in, it was showing something from like the past 6 months, but that's good to know. Okay. And so on the rights thing, so I couldn't like bring my, you know, Masonic Hoku box set from 30 years ago, which has no rights in America, and just pop it in a video room. I mean, it's not like we're broadcasting it on YouTube or anything.
Yeah, so for the convention, there are a little more restrictions, theoretically. I mean, the companies could come after us and be like, what are you doing? Realistically, it's probably not gonna happen. But I mean, we generally try to keep up with that. Now, speaking for myself, speaking just for myself, not for the convention, my thought for that is specifically with videos, video is something that I do feel passionate about, that I do like to see happen, but it isn't necessarily normally a large pull. So a lot of times our video rooms will not be full. And one of our more popular video events is Saturday Morning Cartoons. That is done up in our suite upstairs. And I have always felt about the con in general, if there is something that you personally feel passionately about that you would like to share with other people. When I first started going to conventions, people were playing fan subs out of their rooms. People did video game tournaments out of their rooms. And especially at a hotel like this where you have a full suite, you could like have 3 or 4 people come by and just be like, hey, yeah, we're gonna watch Maison, or we're gonna watch Kamen Rider, we're gonna watch Akira from back in the day, because those are the great animes I think of the world, and we can all like have a good time. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so another option can be like one video room for anime, one video room for live action stuff.
Oh, like monster, like kaiju.
Yeah.
The funny tokusatsu.
Yeah, no, I mean, all that stuff.
Dramas as well.
So basically, the reality for there is we do have limits on how much space we're gonna have. Like that, we always. I appreciate the comment that one person said. Like, do not take this as like a criticism of that, but like every year, almost no matter how large the convention is, whenever we hear, hey, can we get more space? And it's, would that it were that easy is basically the answer. But no, yeah, we've thought about that in the past, and we try to have some of those options available at a certain time.
Yeah, we do, but it's an issue of space and time, and we do pay attention to how much these rooms are used. Like even in the old facility up in Pflugerville, like we had 2 video rooms. I think we even had 3 one year, and they were broken out by theme and everything. And what it was, we were using half the convention space to entertain about a dozen people at any given time, because we had 3 in this room, 4 in that room, 2 in that room, and it becomes you're using so much of your space to try to fill all of those requests at once, and it becomes, you can use that for other things that can entertain more people and maybe condense things down. Maybe next year we'll add this block in, take this other block out. So we can expand some, but we are paying attention to how much they are actually used as well.
I have a question about panel rooms.
Yes.
Was the like projector setup and like the screen setup like our stuff or the stuff that's here in the facility?
It varied.
It's, I want to say 60-40, 60% our stuff, 40% theirs.
I feel like the projectors and the screens where they were like on the side of the room, us shorties can't see that when people are sitting in front of it, so it was really hard to look at people's slides.
Okay, I really appreciate that kind of feedback. That's something I'll keep in mind for next time, definitely.
Also, will we have guests next year? Are we working on that? A guest?
It was coming.
I know that's part of the organization.
Okay, so as far as guests go, we are trying to get guests to come to these. It is expensive, The hotel itself was pretty expensive this year. So anytime we do guests, it's like an extra $5,000 on top of that. So we're just, I'm just throwing numbers out there right now. So guests, as far as that goes for this crowd, I mean, you can get English guests and we can get DBZ in here, but would y'all care for that? Our crowd here is usually more, I've seen that like 20 years ago, I'm done with that. So if you would like a guest, I would say put your feedback into the feedback thing. I'm
Discord.
not gonna do it, yeah, I wouldn't
Discord.
do a Q&A on that because that'll take another 30 minutes because everybody loves their own guest. But nonetheless, yes, please. I mean, we're looking at guests for next year, but yeah, Discord is please on that.
As far as guests go, like that.
Like I say, for like guests and appearances and things like that, like you said, we've seen Funimation guys for the last 20 years. We've seen those a lot. For me, a lot of what I've missed in conventions is some form of a musical group or musical entertainment. If a guest was brought in like that, I really like when Unicon brought in Nobuo Uematsu. That was a big draw. But I know we're not big. We're nowhere big enough to do that.
Actually,
A musical, something.
Next year we'll have no
group, local cover bands.
Actually, I have some connections, and if we wanted some underground idols from Japan, you know, it would be interesting, but it would be maybe even doable. But the problem comes ticket prices, and then handler, and then translator, and then it all starts adding up. So logistically, I don't know.
No, but even just like find a local group that plays your stuff. Like it's us or it's not us. I don't play. that is passionate about the animes too. They don't get to play that kind of music, even though they may love it. And then they're in a group that would appreciate what they can do.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay, so I'm not saying this to be a jerk about it. I really am not. But Jimmy was telling me a minute ago that we're like 5 minutes over already. So I mean, if you want to get into the weeds of like guest ideas, get on our Discord. We totally are totally up for feedback about any of these things. And so like I want to make sure if anybody has any other comments, I know that I see you right there. Then I do want to hit that. But yeah, we're like I just don't want to get in the weeds on guests because like Rick was saying, I know we can burn like an hour talking about that if we really want to.
Okay, to piggyback off of that, this is something that we did a couple of years ago for Comic-Con in San Antonio. So on their social media, they had no idea who they were going to bring in for their next convention, and this was like what, 6-8 months out. So what they did was they put up a thread and they said, hey guys, who would you like to see come to Comic-Con this year? Tag them in this thread, tag their social media. So like I tagged, for example, Amy Jo Johnson, who had just put out an indie film. I tagged her in and I said, yo Amy, we got a huge Power Rangers fan base out here in San Antonio. Why don't you come visit us in San Antonio? Somebody else tagged Samantha Inoue. Somebody else tagged like 3 or 4 other people. Before we knew it, they had reached out to those folks, or those folks actually responded and said, "Fuck yeah, I want to come to Comic-Con." So, I mean, that's an idea. That's an idea.
Love you, but are you volunteering to manage that? I have to wear a lot of different hats. And this has been incredibly stressful.
Let me know.
So if you want to help manage that, I don't mind. We can absolutely get that started, but I need someone to manage it.
So yeah. No, I again, if we want to get into guest conversations, jump on our Discord. We actually have we're gonna have discussion after the con about general stuff, and yeah, we're always up for feedback about that kind of stuff. So do not be intimidated or anything about jumping in there. We actually, in part because we didn't have any guests, but we normally have somebody on the team that their job is coordinating guests, and we did not have one this year. So just I don't want you to feel like you're gonna be playing without a net if that happens all of a sudden. That's something that we can look into, but again, we can talk way too long about guests.
So we've already talked about guests a lot. Is there any comments not about guests that you put?
Just, I guess one thing I just want to make sure that we cover here, just to make certain. Let me know right now, just collectively. I'm not looking for any one person's comments or anything. Did we like this hotel? Would we prefer to come back here, or would we prefer not to? If you would like to come back here, raise your hand. Okay. And if you hated it, or you just did, or just it
Want a different
yeah,
space.
yeah, whatever. Okay. So yeah, that's.
Don't feel peer pressure. Do it. You want to?
Yeah. That's right. Come on, you want. Okay, that's what I want to know, because yeah, we can look at, like, you know, how we can make the space work, or how best to utilize it. But I did want to know if the general consensus was, yeah, no, I really liked it, or if it was like, eh. So thank you for that.
Sure. I actually have a question. On the social media front, I know we're going to update the website, we will. But what's the best social media that's actually going to get attention beyond a Discord? Like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok?
See, there's no solid answer. Just do a combination of Facebook and Twitter. I know Twitter's thinking shit, but it's still...
Okay, hold on. Twitter, raise your hand. You want to see more presence on Twitter, raise your hand. Okay, lower your hands. You want to see more presence on Facebook, raise your hand.
It's even.
And Insta.
And Insta?
How about
Okay,
TikTok? Anybody in this room
hands
even know
down.
TikTok?
TikTok, raise your hands.
Yeah.
One.
Oh,
wait.
And it's just one
Okay.
guy.
Last one. You want to see more presence on Instagram, raise your hands.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll work harder on that.
Pretty much split, so everything.
So we just need that. No.
What? What channel?
Tell me about
Okay, not guest related. Not guest related. Was there any other comments on the venue, concern, anything else that you wanted to get off your chest real quick?
If it's fast. Yes.
We love you guys, but the vendor and the artist alley rooms were a little bit small by comparison to your previous conventions. I know obviously everything is glorious, but a little more variety would have been nice. If logistically possible, you would think.
We had a lot of cancellations at the last minute, and then I was like, okay, who wants to be here? So.
Yeah. Yes.
Bring back Stockgate to public trivia.
I don't think Texas soccer is
I don't. Yeah, I was actually joking around with somebody this morning about, like, yeah, we did sake once, and everybody keeps asking me to do it again, and I would love to. It's just, yeah. It's fine. I mean, we can look into it. I'm well aware. No one needs to remind me that everybody loved when we did Ushicon sake, and it's not as easy. Even that time, it is not as easy as it seems. So yes, quick.
On the vendor area, I really did like that you had the arcade area with the vendor area.
Okay.
Because that made things really convenient. It was probably easier to keep track of everybody. Like, everybody's badge has to be checked before you go in there, but also it's just kind of a neat flow of things, look at stuff, and game and relax.
Yeah. That's great feedback. Thank you. Is it quick?
Yeah, very quick.
Okay.
Okay. Any way you can coordinate with the other people so that with the other people around the hotel, so that people don't get into the buffet?
No, thank you. I mean, we.
That was a concern addressed on Discord.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's going to be addressed in my meetings as well.
I was joking. Yeah, I mean, that's something we can work on. Yeah.
I also liked how the video and field room area worked. The air wall just I turned it a couple hours later, I turned around, the air wall's there. Oh, that's how they're playing. We're real good. I mean, I didn't even notice it was thing.
Thank you. Did you have something that you want to say, Brandon?
Oh, I talked to hotel staff about that. Food out there and everything else. And they actually asked them if they could put them in the room instead of leaving them in the hallway. And they refused.
Yes. Yeah. That's why I say this. Yeah.
It's out of our control now.
I said if you're going to put it out in public, you got to expect people to take that.
Yeah. I was not at all surprised when I was laughing to myself when someone on the Discord was like, we are not supposed to be eating their food. I'm like, I mean, it's right there. And then we have a buffet for breakfast. Really, you're going to be like, oh, I don't know who this belongs to. Yeah.
I really appreciate the full bar of trade.
Okay, I think that'll do it for us on time, unless someone feels they have something that they just really have to say. But we do appreciate all of you coming out here. Honestly, every single one of you. We wouldn't be here. It's not possible without you. So thank you for coming. And yeah, if there's anything you want to do, the biggest thing you can do to support this con more than anything else is let everybody know about it. Because yeah, we're not, even at our best, we're not the greatest at getting everything on every social media everywhere. We don't. And
the personal recommendations count for more.
Yeah, and even if we were, the algorithm kind of fights with us sometimes too. So like a lot of it, our Facebook back in the day, we'd get it a little more distributed because we pay them. And so anytime you like can tell other people about us and let them know, hey, this is a good time, I think you'll enjoy it. And then you'll also be hanging around people you want to hang around with.
Like next year when your Facebook says, hey, on this day a year ago you took this picture at this convention, share that again and tag the page and stuff. But also come on for any more feedback, join on Discord, talk to us there. We'll engage those conversations and talk about it, and we'll have that all year round basically.
Would it be possible to get physical media to hand out, like flyers or something?
Yes.
Yes.
See me later. I'll fill you, man. Get some questions.
But yeah.
Thank y'all. We appreciate it.